Parish President remarks report. Parish President Jewell.
Council Chairwoman, council members. We'll start real quick with this public works tree trimming. This is generally the time of year we start doing this. We really hit it hard in August, right before school starts, when the buses do their test routes. But this is one of those things where we're kind of trying to help educate and engage the citizens of the parish to let them know that this is one of the things that our field crews work on. And it's beneficial because it gets low-hanging tree limbs out of our right-of-ways and servitudes, whether that's our equipment going through or our residents. A lot of our residents have tall fifth-wheel trailers or RVs, and it's usually those AC units on top that get banged up by these low-hanging limbs, as well as our school buses throughout the year who drive and report to us. So we just want to ask that if you all know of any issues within your districts, or any of our residents who are at home watching right now have any issues with obstructions by trees, that they can give our Public Works office a call at 985-783-5100, or they can certainly go to their council member to put in a work request. The VFW Post 3750 hosted the annual Memorial Day ceremony at the Veterans Memorial Plaza in Louisville. I want to thank all the members of that post who put that on every year. We had a good bit of members from the community who joined us, and we just honored the brave men and women who gave the ultimate sacrifice for the freedoms that we have in our country. I can tell you that we used to host this outside of the courthouse, and this is just so much nicer now having it in our Veterans Memorial Plaza. So again, thanks to everybody who put that on and who came out to honor our veterans. Okay, asphalt maintenance has begun. The asphalt resurfacing work that the council approved has begun in earnest last week. Today we actually went out on Gasson Street. Gasson was one of those streets that was in severe need of this mill and overlay. The resurfacing work consists of patching, milling, and then paving over 12 miles of roadway across the parish. Again, I want to make sure the folks at home watching know that they are going to come in first. They're going to patch. They're going to dig up these sections. They're going to fix that sub base that has failed. Oh, whoa, look at me. I better start this over. My microphone wasn't on. Okay. All right, Public Works tree trimming. If you need tree trim, call your council member or 985-783-5102. Memorial Day ceremony. We want to thank the VFW for putting on the Memorial Day ceremony. Thank you for everybody who came out to the apartment.
I tell you, I'm having issues here. Asphalt maintenance project has begun. The asphalt resurfacing work that we went and visited today, these pictures on the screen are from Gasson Street. Gasson was severely in need of this project. I want to remind the council that we approve a 3-year contract every 3 years or so with digital engineering to go out and grade our streets objectively, and then we use that that street grading list to select the roads that are most in need. Since we've been doing it, we've been working to get all of the streets rated very poor or poor off the list. I'm happy to report that we will have removed all streets rated poor or very poor off of our list after this year's asphalt maintenance contract is complete, with the exception of Paul Frederick from Hackberry all the way up to, what is that street there, Miles? What's that? Burbank. So we are doing Paul Frederick from Hackberry down to Canal. We are working on a drainage project that's going to involve Paul Frederick in that other section. At the completion of that drainage project, the road will have to be redone anyway. So we're not going to redo the road now and then have to come back and redo it again. We're going to be doing 12 miles of streets across the parish. Let's see, Barry Construction finished paving Paul Frederick Street between Canal and Hackberry. They're starting on Gasson Street, Hackberry Street, and will be Hackberry Street to the railroad tracks from June 2nd to June 5th. North Oak Court in Luling will start patching on June 6th. If you live in Bar None, we're going to have a lot of work going on in Bar None. It's pretty much all of the asphalt streets in Bar None are going to be being redone in St. Rose. So I just want to ask that residents be patient with us as we make these improvements. You will have access to your home and your driveways, and we will report any road closures that will prevent vehicles from passing. So just stay tuned for that. Okay. Yesterday was the first day of hurricane season, June 1st, and our Emergency Operations Center recently held a meeting over the recent forecasts. Meteorologists and the forecasting groups are predicting that it's going to be a busy season. Each department worked and shared how they are actively preparing for the season. Residents are encouraged to have a plan in case of emergency and to sign up for SCP alerts by texting SCP alerts to 888-777, or they can go to scpemergencyalerts.com and sign up there. It is very easy to sign up. In addition to just talking about being prepared, we actually used a fake storm as a guide and how we would prepare and what we would do at certain H hours. This year's storm was Hurricane Palamone, and so that was the name of our storm. It was weak and it fizzled out pretty quickly, but it's okay because we prepare nonetheless. Okay, the Cross Bayou Pump Station. Cross Bayou Pump Station on Airline Highway in Destrehan. As you recall, we recently acquired Cross Bayou Pump Station from the Pontchartrain Levee District. Upon taking it over, we've been prioritizing projects to make sure that this station is as highly functioning and consistent and reliable as possible. One of the things that we did upon taking it over was installed new fuel tanks and installed telemetry that allows us to monitor the fuel remotely. This is similar to what we have on many other pump stations, and that allows us to be more efficient and keep tabs on things while not having to man every station. Again, we didn't build this station, so the Corps of Engineers had different standards when they built it. We're bringing this station to our standard, which we believe is a higher standard and integrates much more technology into the station. The Department of Community Services summer programs. The Department of Community Services free summer food program is free for all St. Charles Parish students. It's starting tomorrow, June 2nd, and it's going to run through July 10th. Additionally, the 2025 summer enrichment program is also available for students at the department's local community centers. For more information on both summer feeding program and those other enrichment programs, we want you to give our community services office a call at 985-764-7944 or 985-331-3022. And obviously, we've put this information out through our other channels as well. Okay, Waterworks plant recently replaced an aging, leaking valve to just keep up with the reliability of our system. Those folks try to be proactive because we have seen what happens in other parishes when these valves fail and shut off water for long periods of time to our residents. So kudos to our Waterworks team for keeping tabs of these critical assets that we may not always see. They're underground, but making sure to take the time to replace them and be proactive with our maintenance. Okay, fall sports registration date change. Registration for fall sports, fall baseball, fall tennis, tackle football, volleyball, and cheerleading is now open until June 25th. scpparksandrec.com for more information. And obviously, this went out today on our St. Charles Parish Parks and Rec Facebook page. The 35th annual Independence Day celebration on July 3rd is at the West Bank Bridge Park. Gates open at 5:30 p.m. Live music by Ryan Foray and Foray Tradition kicking off at 6 p.m. This year, residents can enjoy a variety of local food trucks with the fireworks show starting at 9 p.m. I will mention that next year, our 36th annual Independence Day celebration will be our nation's 250th birthday, and with that, we have we are in the process of creating the 250th celebration committee. It's a national a movement to to promote the I forget what it's the sesquicentennial of the country, and so Heather Skiba has graciously voluntold to chair that. And if any of the council members or if anybody in the public at home is interested in serving on that, to make sure that we can celebrate next year and do it in style to really show off America's 250th birthday, please get in touch with my office or with Heather Skiba because we are going to start the planning now to make sure that we are budgeting and doing everything we can to promote that event. Okay, next, some good news. Sales taxes were up once again for April, just over 8%. That equates to about $320,000. To date, we are up $1.5 million, or just over 10% from where we were this time last year, which is positive news for the parish and anybody who collects sales tax. That concludes my report.